Hello and welcome, Inspired Podcast community. This is your new episode. My name is Caroline, and my today's guest is Frank Sinclair. And I hope I pronounced your name right. How are you doing today?
I am doing very well, Carolyn. Thank you.
Ooh. And I learned you live in Colorado Springs, and this is amazing because I was there last year in December, but I didn't know you. So, yeah,
Yeah,
amazing. Now I'm in Germany. I don't know if you knew this. We met on TikTok, I
yeah,
think.
yes.
And I love your videos. So let me introduce you a little bit to the audience. So you are the Chief Encouragement Officer for Dream Again LLC, a coaching, keynote speaking, and training enterprise. You hold an honorary PhD in business and leadership, and you are the author of 3 books and the #1 encouragement and empowerment coach in Colorado. Wow. All of your 3 children are sweet. This is difficult for me. Executives. Okay. Wow. Thank you so much for being here, saying yes to our interview, and tell us what inspires you.
Humanity inspires me. People are the most important thing on earth, even though we don't seem to treat each other that way wholly. But people inspire me once we love people, encourage people, and empower people to be their very best selves, then you're in the very space that I love to be in.
Wow, this is so true. And I began this podcast in December because of this reason, to connect people and to get to know more about you. This is so amazing. So tell us, what are you doing to encourage other people?
Well, I do quite a few different things. We have a vodcast here in Colorado Springs called the Be Encouraged Show with Frank and Lisa that we do on Mondays. We have a potential reach of about 50,000 people a week and growing in that vodcast. In addition to that, we do international Instagram interviews with people around the world as we try to infuse and instill hope and encouragement across the world as well. I coach individual clients in business and in life. And in addition, I'm a keynote speaker, and we facilitate trainings around culture and interpersonal communications.
Wow, I love that. This is very impressive. Thank you so much. And my next question is, who inspires you?
Oh, a lot of people have inspired me across life. If we want to speak about big names, I would imagine John Maxwell is my biggest influence in my life. His leadership positions and the way that he positions leadership and and influence really speaks to my heart. So I follow him. I think he has 103 books now, and I have every one of them.
Oh, 103 books.
Yes.
My God. I think I bought 3 of him and I gifted 2 of them to other beautiful people in my environment. Yes.
Well,
I
they're
love it.
great. They're great, great books because I grew up myself in the South in North Carolina in segregation. So I grew up not knowing my own worth, and we were sharecroppers working in the tobacco fields, the cotton fields back then, and very, very poor. I joined the Air Force when I was 18 so I could escape my upbringing. And that's how I ended up in Colorado. My alcoholism caused me to become a homeless guy by the time I was 26 years old. So being here and being homeless and one person coming by and rescuing me and giving me an opportunity in life totally changed my life forever.
Wow, this is very inspiring. Thank you so much for sharing. And who was the best coach you ever had? Would you say it is John Maxwell?
Well, probably. I would say, John, I'm an avid reader. I have over 6,000 volumes in my personal library, right? So there's so many people that have influenced me across the time of my life because I just love to read. I love to learn and I love to apply what I learned to real life. So, yeah, I would say overwhelmingly, John Maxwell is the number one coach that's influenced me the most. Yes.
Wow. And how do you inspire other people?
Well, I think by living authentically, living, being vulnerable and transparent with other humans, letting them know that you have a lot. Everyone has a lot of strengths, so we got a lot of weaknesses. We have a lot of things that aren't good about them. So I don't try to hide the things that I don't do well, that I struggle in, and etc. I'm just very, very open and transparent with other people, and it seems to inspire other people because we all want to be known and we want to be known for who we are and how we are, and we want to be accepted, flaws and all. So that's how.
That's true, absolutely. And how do you deal with when you are in a transition period? So you are between two worlds. You have your old self, and then you transform to the new one.
Yeah, transition, I just look at it as we call it pivot in our business, right? You have to pivot. If you're an entrepreneur, if you're a business owner yourself, who in 2015 had COVID in their 5-year plan? No one did, right? So it shows just how little control that we ultimately have in business. So we always have to keep our eye to the prize, to our vision, our overarching vision, continue to move towards that and find ways to pivot that we can stay on track there, yet stay relevant in the things that we're doing.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you so much for mentioning. And what are your gifts and talents?
Excuse me?
Your gifts and talents.
My gift and talent, I
Mhm.
think I'm a very, very good speaker.
Mhm.
I think I inspire people mostly through my keynote speak talks and those type things. I have a real, real talent for loving human beings as well, and not judging or any of those things, but approaching every human as a valuable resource in humanity and trying to uplift and empower them.
Yeah, this is so true. We can learn from each other. And
Yeah.
when we don't judge, then, when we are open-minded, it's best to learn as well. Yeah.
Yes. Yes. So how did you start doing this? I don't mean to change the interview, but I'm just
Change the
curious.
change the interview. Okay, so I was not speaking. 2 years ago, I was in a training against, let's say, against or to deal with social phobia. You would say this 2 years ago, and then I came across a study group. They were studying books, like for example, Think and Grow Rich. You see this on the left side. I study it for myself now every morning, and you can join the group as well. It's 5:30 my time, so it's a challenge. And the podcast came to me by intuition. I was in San Diego coming from my road trip, you don't know. I did a road trip from Los Angeles to Colorado Springs and back. And
Mm.
then I was in San Diego, and in the middle of the night, 3 a.m., then it said I woke up and I had one word in mind. It was podcast. So I started in December and I recorded over 200 episodes since December. So this is my challenge, my
Oh.
speaking challenge. And I'm so happy that you said yes, because for me, yeah, you encourage me,
Mm.
however, and I encourage myself. And
Mm.
now we are here, and I can speak to you. It was not possible 2 years ago. I was labeled as shy. I accepted this label. I was without courage. And then, yes, I'm on my journey. Thank you
Aw.
for asking. Great.
That's amazing.
My favorite question. And yeah, but I have a question for you, of course. The next question is, what are your goals for 2024 or your projects?
Well, 30 keynote addresses. I had 27 last year, so I want to do 30 this year. We're going to write our fourth book. I'm going to write it with my business partner, and it's going to be entitled Be Encouraged. Yes, so we're going to write that book this year. In addition to that, I just want to continue to strengthen our platform. We want to have at least 100,000 weekly people on our podcast every week. So want to have that reach by the end of the year as well. And I'll just continue to coach and speak at organizations about culture and interpersonal communications as well. Yeah.
Wow, I absolutely love this. I came across a lady who wanted to be in 100 medias this year. No, like podcast or also keynote speaking or TV shows, whatever. 30. How many did you do already this
Oh,
year?
this year so far,
Mhm.
13.
Oh, 13, but you are, you have reached your goal already. Wow.
Well, I am on track. Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Wow, I love that. This is inspiring for me because, doing this podcast, I committed to 1,111 episodes. But what is next? And then next, of course, is speaking on stage or something like that. Next step. Yeah, I have to do it.
Yes.
Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. I can't wait. I'm looking forward to hearing you.
Okay, okay, challenge accepted, but it's for next year, okay? It's not this year.
Okay.
This year I have to record 900 episodes. Yes. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So your podcast, is it already online or published, or is it can
Yes, you can find it on Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube.
okay. So we
Yeah,
will
it's
put it
called
in the
Be
show notes.
Encouraged with Frank and Lisa.
I did, yeah, because you talked about your book, Be Encouraged also. Is this your fourth book or not?
Yeah, that'll be my
Yeah.
fourth book.
Okay.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
I understand. Okay. Now, my next question is, when people reach out to you, you talked about your coaching as well. And after listening to this episode, do you have special offers and services?
Well, yes. Obviously, this isn't a special offer because I think all coaches n- typically give a free consultation to see if there's a fit for the client. But if someone, just because I'm on Caroline's show, if someone were to reach out to me, not only would I give the free consultation, but the first coaching session would be free as well.
Wow, this is so generous, and I love also the word consultation. I love the word because I'm always looking for words as well. It's not my mother language, so I learn new
Yeah.
things, and I'm thinking about how do I name my own calls, like coaching calls or discovery calls or whatever, jump
Mhm.
start calls, and I'm not sure about that. So consultation is a really nice word. Thank you so much.
You're
Yes,
welcome.
and now our interview is almost over. I don't have questions anymore. Do you have a last message for our audience?
I do. Ladies and gentlemen, life is difficult. If you turn your TV on all the time, you're going to be discouraged. If you're listening to media and news all the time, you're going to be discouraged. But there's a lot of good things underneath all of that stuff that's happening that looks bad around the world. Determine that you will rebel against culture and the negativity of culture, and determine that you're going to do something good for another human being. Service is the key. Serve someone else today They'll feel good, you'll feel good, and the world becomes better.
There's nothing more to add. I'm speechless now. Thank you so much, and
You're
see
welcome.
you in the next episode.